Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm here with another update on my dividend investing portfolio. So what I do is I'm just documenting the growth of my Canadian dividend investing journey. Started a couple months ago and yeah, I'm seeing some steady growth here, popping in about once every week or every 2 weeks with updates on how it's going. And each time adding a little bit of cash. As you can see here, I have about $300 in cash and I'm going to be spending that in this video. And then you can kind of just follow along and see what it's like for someone who's investing a few $100s per week. And yeah, just to get an idea of which stocks I'm buying and how the general progress is going. So at the moment, the total stock value of the portfolio is about $13,700. If you include the cash, then the whole account balance is about $1,400. So at the end of this video, I'll be spending this will pretty much drop down to zero. But yeah, since we started to have about $100 in dividend payments, which is really nice, and an overall gain of $1,300. So you can see that actually $1,200 of my gain has come from the increase in stock price, and that's largely to do with all of the markets recovering since last year. But either way, that's pretty nice, and then that makes for about a 10% total gain since I started. And yeah, the average yield, this is weighted based on how many stocks I hold in each of the different positions, but just under 3.9%. And then that means that we're sitting at about $530 of passive dividend income. We're going to come back to this number at the end of the video and compare. And we're going to see that based on the stocks that I buy today, that this is going to jump up a little bit. But if you divide that number by 12, it's about $45 a month or something like that. Now, I don't necessarily get $45 every month. As you can see, I've never even actually got that, and that's because I'm always trying to catch up to this number. Like when I buy a stock, you have to wait for the ex-dividend date, and if you hold the stock at that time, then you'll get paid in the future, whether it's a month or like a few months or something down the road. So I take this with a bit of grain of salt. And I don't really plan, according to this because I'm always trying to catch up to this number. But in general, like if from today on, basically in the next 12 months, this is how much money I would be looking to get in dividend payments. But yeah, utilities, again, still this biggest sector. I think I'm going to drop in a few more utility purchases in this video because there are still a couple good opportunities. And then otherwise, after this, I'm hopefully going to be diversifying and trying to build out some of these other sections of the pie in the future going forward. You can see some of the biggest sections here are Fortis and Algonquin Power, and that's because these ones have been pretty good buys in the last week or two, so I've been picking up more of those as we go. But yeah, let's jump into the portfolio, which is down here. And right now I have it sorted based on the percent of holding, so you can see that this column is basically in descending order. And we can see here my biggest positions: Fortis, HR.UN, Northland Power, Amera, like a lot of utility companies up here. And especially Algonquin Power has been suffering in the last little while based on these like storms in Texas or something. And so anyways, I'm going to be picking up more of these today. And then also looking at probably Metro here because it is making up, it's in the top couple positions of my account, but it's still in the red. And this one has good growth opportunities. So I'll be looking to get one of these. And then something else I was looking at, like I do want to be picking up some that are in the bottom half that make up a small percentage. And one that I was looking at in particular is H&R Real Estate. So I'm actually up 50% on this position, which is crazy. That's the most, the biggest gain that I have out of everything. We can sort it like this to go sort from Z to A, and you're going to see it's right up here at the top. So massive gains on them. But I also only invested $100. Like I bought 10 shares at $10, and so I've gained $51. But when we look here in the spark line at H&R, let's see if we can find it in here. It should be at the top. I basically bought it down here. Maybe let's set this to the 1 year view. Yeah, so I bought it down here somewhere. This is right after it crashed, and I wasn't sure entirely if that was a good idea, but it looks like it's on the way to recovery. Even when we look at the 5 year, you get a bit of a better idea. That we're starting this climb back up. So I think out of all of the stocks that I have, some of these REITs are going to be good recovery stocks for me now going forward, as it looks like there is this general trend of going upward. Hopefully we get back up to this level at some day. So as much as I like buying stocks on red days, this one is as far from red as I can get. But I think I can't just keep waiting and watching this climb up and up and up and just being like, yes, I've made 50 or 60 or 100% or whatever, because if it's only $100, like, it's not that significant. So yeah, I'm going to be looking into that. And then if there's any leftover, I might just drop a few more into Northwest Health Properties because these ones are really cheap. It's easy to just throw in the extra cash there. And if we take a look here and try to find them, they're also experiencing pretty good recovery. And just in the past, like they don't have that same kind of flat trend as a lot of the REITs and then down. They've just been growing like pretty constantly. So let's see if we can get any more information here with the max. yeah, in the last couple of years, we've been seeing pretty good growth. So I'm going to jump in on that too with any leftover cash that I have. So yeah, let's jump into Wealthsimple Trade, which is the stockbroker that I use, or the trading app. So if you're in Canada, this is a really good option to use because there's no trading fees, and you can buy 1 or 2 stocks at a time and not get slammed by percentage-wise by having to pay like a $5 or $10 commission. So there's a link in the description below if you would like to try it out. And otherwise, I'm just going to get started with purchasing. So when we come here for Algonquin Power, that's AQN. Today I just want to pick up 5 in a market buy. So that's going to be about $100. That'll be about a third of what I have today, or something like that. So we'll place the order. Okay, all right. And then MRU, that was Metro. So we'll type this guy in as well. This is the supermarket chain. Again, this is one that I wanted to pick up, and just one of these were in this little dip right here. So it's dropped below my average price, 1.8% below. So yeah, we're going to take 1 in a market buy of those guys, place the order. And then HR.UN, so this is the REIT. Ooh, let's try typing that in a bit better. HR.UN. Again, seeing exactly the same thing in here, looking for recovery in these ones. So yeah, like I said, it kills me to be picking it up 50% higher. I wish I bought more at the time, but I just knew. I remember in the video when I bought them, it was one of my early videos, and I was saying, I was like, man, this is probably the stupidest thing that I could do, but we'll see what happens. Turns out it's looking like it's okay so far. No guarantee that it's going to continue this way, but I think it's something that I want to take. So we're just going to take 10 of these and double my number of holdings, and add in a little bit more than double of the money. So we're going to buy that for 150 and place the order. All right, cool. And it looks like we have 1287 left, so I'm not sure if I can buy one more of Northwest Health, but let's see. 1315, yeah. So I'm going to have to stop there with the buys today. So let's jump back into the Google Sheet and go into the transactions page and log these buys. So when I'm in here, I just check the notifications that I got from Wealthsimple Trade and make sure that I'm inputting the actual price that I paid, because sometimes it does differ a little bit from what was displayed in Wealthsimple Trade because of that 15-minute delay. And once those are all logged, then what I do is I just jump back into the summary page and take a look here to see how the dividend income has increased. So before it was sitting at about $530, and now we're up to $541.75. So almost $542, up about $11 or $12 based on the trades that I just made. So that's really great. That's going to stay with me for as long as I hold these stocks. And some of them too will be experiencing hopefully some dividend growth as well. So it's just nice to see this annual passive income, based on the dividend payments and the REIT distributions, just constantly growing every single time. And that's something that I really do like about dividend investing, is every time, even if you make a small little contribution, a purchase of 1 or 2 shares, this number is going to increase. And even if your overall portfolio is starting to dive a little bit because of some market condition, if you keep adding more dividend stocks and they're not cutting the dividends, then this number keeps growing as well, which just serves to be like a little bit of motivation to keep constantly being rewarded to see this number always increasing. So anyways, guys, that's all I have for this video. If you like this spreadsheet, you can get it. There's a copy in the link down below in the description. You can try it out if you want. And also there's a link for Wealthsimple Trade. Together they work pretty well. Wealthsimple Trade is really easy to buy, and this sheet I tried to make it really easy to track everything, and the sheet does display more information than Wealthsimple does, like the annual, like the total account dividend income and stuff like that. And also I'm always taking suggestions and feedback from people who are using the sheet. So if you do want to try it out and then you find some bug or something like that, I'm super active in maintaining it because I also use this sheet. And so yeah, you can always just contact me and just let me know, and then I'll work. I kind of help everyone out to make sure that it's working properly for everyone. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. So yeah, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.